We're here at the Nike Hoop Summit with Lindell Wigginton in Portland. Lindell, how is Portland treating you so far?
It's pretty good. You know, all the players are coming together from different countries, just interacting with each other, getting to know each other. So it's great. We're competing every day, so it's a great opportunity.
What was your reaction when you got this invite, and what does this week represent for you?
This has always been my dream to play in this game. I seen players like Jamal playing and Wiggins playing, and that's how they made a name for themselves. So I just want to come in and make a name for myself.
Tell me a little bit about your trajectory. You are from a smaller town in Canada. I mean, most of the Canadian guys come from Toronto. I feel like we've been hearing a little bit more and more about you over the last few years. What has your growth been the last few years? How did you get recognized?
Playing at Oak Hill, under legendary coach and Coach Smith, he just let me play my game when I came there. Over the years, I just been progressing as a player, getting better and better each year. Getting bigger, stronger, gaining more weight, keeping my shot consistent, and just being a leader to my teammates and getting my teammates involved. That's really how, and being vocal. That's really how I came together and starting to be noticed now.
What did coming to the States, what did that do for your game? How much have you improved since arriving at Oak Hill, and where are you at right now in terms of your development?
It was a big deal for me coming to the United States, because you're playing against the best players day in and day out. On my team, at Oak Hill, we got players like Matt Coleman, Billy, so I'm going up against top players every day. Devontae. So it's just making me better, because they're top players just like me, and it's making me better and them better also.
Where does your athleticism come from? It really stood out to me today, just your quickness off the bounce. You don't need a screen. You get to the front of the rim almost whenever you want. Well, are there any athletes in your family? Where does that come from?
Yeah, that really comes from my dad. He was really athletic, and then my brothers took it on. And then just working with them, it's in my genes really to be athletic. But when I got to Oak Hill, I worked on it a little bit more, and then that just made me more explosive. So that's where it really came from.
When you're at your best, what are some of the things that you're doing out on the floor?
Playmaking, getting my teammates involved. I can score the ball also. Just being a leader to my teammates, being vocal, and I like to play defense. I like to get up and down and play defense. So I really play on both ends. That's really my strong suit.
There's a lot of size on this roster. You're not the biggest guy, but you took it into the paint hard every time tonight, taking contact whether you got the call or not. Where does that come from for you, and how big of a part of your game is that represent, getting to the paint, finishing, getting to the free throw line?
Well, coming from where I come from, Nova Scotia, small town Nova Scotia, I grew up in a tough part, so that's really where it came from, like playing in the parks and getting beat up. That's where my physicality came from. So I just got to bring it here. I got heart, so I got to show it.
We saw you rise up today nicely for some jumpers. You get a lot of lift underneath you. Where are you at in terms of your jumper right now? Do you feel like you're shooting it the same way every time? Are you getting the kind of results that you want? How big of a part of your game is that right now?
It's a big part of my game. I feel like when I set my feet and square up to the basket, I make most of my shots. But when I start getting off balance, shooting shots, that's when I miss. So, I'm just really working on being consistent and keeping being square to the basket, and that's really how I make my shots.
You're going to Iowa State next year, replacing one of the top point guards in college basketball. I mean, a guy that really broke some records with the ability to take care of the ball. Why Iowa State? How much of Monte Morris have you seen? Any thoughts you can share on him or on the program?
The reason why I chose him, me and Coach Steve Prohm, we built a relationship the whole time he was recruiting me. He told me that he was going to build a relationship with me from a head coach standpoint that no other coach could do, and he showed me that. He did that, and then when I went on my visit, it just felt like home. I just felt like that was home. I just wanted to be there, and then I was watching them go up and down playing pickup, and I just seen how Monte was playing. It really, we're different players, but if that style of play fits my game. So just really watching them, and then plus I went up against him, just in an open area. And he's a good player, so I feel like I can come in and fill in his shoes right away.
What's the next step for you in terms of your development? What do you need to improve on to reach your full potential?
Keeping my shot consistent, being more vocal, and decision making and keeping my ball handling tight. That's really what I need to work on.
What's it like being 4 Canadian guards on this team? You have some experience. You know these guys from the national team, but what is this? What does this represent for you guys?
It just shows that Canadian basketball is getting noticed more and more each year. Seeing a lot of Canadians in the NBA, NCAA, and just now in these type of events, it just shows that Canadian basketball is getting noticed.
Great stuff, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good luck.